Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 21 December 2023. Just a little over 3 days until Christmas morning. But it's Thursday night, 9 o'clock, time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and that's exactly what we have for you. And it's a monster. Not necessarily in quantity, but certainly in quality. We got folders. We got fixed blades. We got a traditional slip joint pocket knife. We got automatic knives that come out the front, out the side, and we got a couple pretty awesome watches. It is going to be fun, so let's settle in and get to it. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you. I will also print them in the description with a little added information about insuring your package if you so desire over the base amount. Also in the description, above the terms of the sale, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first pertains to you, especially if you're new to this weekly sales event. It's called a primer for buyers, a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So if you are new, please watch that. Explains in detail how we do things and why every Thursday night. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That would be pertinent to you if you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your collection. And the third link, as always, is to the rates and services video for the ApostleP Knife Service. That's me sharpening knives. And that video will explain how the process all works if you want to send me your knife to get sharpened. There will be no next day sharpening for any knives purchased tonight. We are having Christmas dinner here tomorrow on Friday, so I'll not be sharpening. But not to worry, if you do buy a knife to be sharpened, it should ship in about 3 weeks. If you see the word sold in the pricing area of the inventory list in the description, no need to send any I'll take it emails or inquiries about anything marked sold, because that knife has already been bought and paid for by its new owner. And regarding the inventory list, it will be in the bottom of the description, complete with timestamps on the left and pricing on the right. If you don't see the word sold and you still see a price, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The one on the left is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The one on the right, as sharpened by the ApostleP Knife Service. I think that's about it for the prelims. Let's get the terms up on the screen. We'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, just 3 leftovers from last week, and here's the first one. No outer box with this, just the inner pouch. This one is a collaborative effort by Tops Knives and Buck Knives. So it's going to be a Buck constructed folder of a Tops design. It comes in a MOLLE compatible nylon belt pouch. And inside is the knife. It is the CSAR-T Top Bucks folder. There you understand why the T. Okay, so it is a heavily built multi-layer stainless steel constructed knife. Thick stainless steel locking leaf for the liner lock mechanism. We got a 3.5-inch blade of 154 cm with the Boss heat treat. Thumb stud opening, milled black G10 scales, ambidextrous tip up pocket clip. The handle length is 4 7/8. To say this knife is solid would be woefully inadequate as a descriptor. It is super rock solid. action very smooth on big, beefy phosphor bronze washers. Blade centering is dead down the middle, and it flicks well. So mechanically super squared away. Condition near mint to like new, no box, but does come with the nylon belt sheath, as I said. Let's see, what else can we tell you? Oh, these are long discontinued, out of stock. Sold listings on eBay run between $158 and $300. Condition-wise, I'd have to say this is at the top of the spectrum, although there's no box. We ran it last week at $160, didn't sell, dropped it to $140 for the weekend. Still here, so somebody gets a little Christmas present for Dad, $120, like it is $150 with my edge. It's the Buck Tops CSAR-T. Next up, got one from Bradford, USA. It is a fixed blade. Comes in a rather gorgeous sort of cordovan fold-over leather sheath, double-stitched. Not a super thick welt. Not bad. Knife inside is the Guardian 5.5 in beautifully stone-washed CPM 3V steel. Nice drop point blade, full flat grind. 5-inch blade, 4 15/16 handle, and that is, what do they call this? They call it, I don't know, micro milled, but very fine milling for texture on the carbon fiber. Super nice knife. We'll say it's near mint to like new in box. Price of these brand new, $269 web retail. We ran this one last week at $210, got no takers. Dropped her down to $190 for the weekend. I'm not really wild about this liner. I don't know about you guys, but I'd probably just ditch that thing. Oh yeah, that's better. Anyway, let's do 170 like it is. 200 sharpen on the Guardian 5.5 from Bradford. Next up, oh guys, you gotta help me here because I really don't need to spend this money. From Reeve, we have a small Sebenza 31 inlaid with natural canvas micarta, and it's a Lefty. Yes. In my purge, I sold my Incosi 21, or my Insingo 21, small Sebenza. Anyway, we got CPM Magna cut, natural canvas micarta, born May 18th, 2023. Comes with the think twice, cut once slip. And here's the little Lefty 31. Guys, I don't know, there might be some very faint trails up here, but man, it's very near mint. And let's see, it flicks, it drops, it's centered, and the cutting edge has zero wear. These are out of stock. When they become available again, you can buy one for $525. We ran this one last week at $430. Didn't sell, dropped it to $400. Still here. Your price this week, $375 like it is, $405 with my edge. Save me from myself. Next up, this is interesting. Very interesting. I have a Reeve Service Department box. Yes, I do, but it doesn't have a Reeve knife inside. Here's a hint. It comes with a disassembly tool. I've never seen one of these in person. I have seen one of these. Ooh. This is the Microtech Ultratech. Born 11 of 22, serial number 262829. Not just any Ultratech, the Spartan. So it's like a Tanto dagger, Almost has a Roman gladius profile. So 4 cutting edges on this knife. 1, 2, 3, 4. Normal Ultratech dimensions. 3 3/8 blade, 5-inch handle all the way to the end of the carbide glass breaker. You have a, I guess that is actually a tip down clip, but it acts like a tip up, right? Because it's an OTF. You can switch those over if you were wondering for lefty carry, but you don't really need to. Medium to firm button, super feel, very free as it comes out and comes back in, 100% reliable. With the tool, I don't know how much you have to pay for that, but we're not going to really charge you much. The knife itself, if it were in stock, would be $310, but it isn't in stock anywhere. This one can be yours like new in box or wrong box condition. $250 with the tool. That is the Microtech Ultratech Spartan. Next up, I have a Microtech, and it comes in the box with no pamphlet and some bubble wrap, and it's stickerless. Don't know if this has been back to the mothership for some repairs. I don't know. I do know it needs nothing. And this is the Dirac, double-edged. The Dirac, interesting in its handle design with the finger grooves, for lack of a better term, and the side-mounted deployment button. If you don't like the spine mounted, you get a Dirac. You get the side mounted, a la Infidel, right? So you got an M390 blade, 3 3/8 inches in length, no, 2 7/8 inches in length, 4 3/8 handle. So about the size, maybe a little bigger than an 85, UTX 85. Nice bifinish blade, stonewash bevels, satin flats, perforated center. Gorgeous deployment button on the Dirac. So this, born March of 23, serial number 13864. Like new with the service department box. These are $293 web retail, and I think I did find some in stock. Maybe not this finish, but who knows. Let's do $240 on this one, shipped priority mail, no need to sharpen, on the Microtech Dirac double edge. Next up, time to go to Golden for a Spyderco. This one says Paramilitary 2 Teal G10. Interesting. And it does have Teal G10. But it's not installed. Let's see, what were these? A Blade HQ exclusive, maybe? That is a bad color. Anyway, if you like them, put them back on. But instead, this knife is wearing some beautiful shred carbon fiber with some brown tones in it. Don't know who made these. They look great though, and currently drilled for right-hand tip-up carry only. The blade on this one is S90V. Now this one locks up tight. The action a little sticky right at the top, which isn't bad, and then it frees up. The centering kind of blows. That's probably a function of the scale swap. Clip is virtually unmarked. Edge has no wear on that S90V blade. So this was an MGE distributor exclusive. They're discontinued, not a stock in its original configuration. Sold listings of just the knife on eBay run between $145 and $216. And now we've got these gorgeous scales. So we're going to price this one at $175 like it is, $205 with my edge. That's in your inventory. Spyderco Pair 2 Teal S90 plus custom scales. Next up, a very cool little knife from Spyderco. It's the Watu, W-A-T-U. A little Taichung made Japanese profile compression lock knife. Very interesting little blade, I would say. That probably could benefit from a little wipe. There we go. So it's bladed in CPM 20 CV. Well, Sal designed this. How about that, huh? Then you got your carbon fiber over G10 laminate scales, a couple of lightening and styling holes. Tip up ambidextrous deep carry wire clip. Very, very nice in the hand. I mean, very nice. 3 1/4 inch blade, 4 1/8 handle. Super free swinger. Perfect centering. And rock solid lockup. And this Watu is like new in the box. These are discontinued, not of stock. And then frankly, guys, they didn't sell well because the last pricing references I found were at 2 separate large knife retailers. And they both had them on clearance for $150 and $153. This like new example, and I think these sold for a MAP price of about $220 as they were current. But we're going to do this one like new in box, beautiful example, $135 like it is, $165 with my edge. That's the Watu from Spyderco. Next up, got one from Urban EDC. And this is going to come with the inner pouch only, with the Urban EDC logo. The knife inside is right here. So this is the Trevor Berger designed LC, or Light Compact, from Urban EDC. And this is in the black titanium with black canvas micarta inlay. It is a titanium frame lock knife with a steel inserted lock face, right hand tip up milled titanium clip. Beautiful tumbled black finish. It's a front flipper on ball bearings, spear point blade with a dark acid stonewash. And my seller just wanted me to point out that there is a mark right above my thumbnail. But I think I am like 100% sure that is a stonewash mark, not a damage mark. Just don't see. If it is a damage mark, it blends in rather well with the stonewash. So anyway, let's see. 2 7/8 blade, 3 3/4 handle. There's your lock engagement. Of course, it's on bearings, so it's gonna. Look at that, I front flipped. I front flipped. Centering is perfect. Lockup is perfect. So let's see. This was, I think, the first bunch, out of the first bunch they ran, and they were $3.99 when they first dropped. They're out of stock now. You can pre-order the next run at $3.39, or just buy this one, near mint in box, $2.45 like it is. $2.75 with an Apostle PH. That's the Urban EDC LC for light compact. Next up, got one from Andre DeVille, ADV Tactical. A fixed blade offering from Andre. Comes in a pancake style Kydex sheath, nicely fitted with a removable Kydex and nylon dangle. Well, let me grab that. No rattle, nice break, gorgeous blade, and look at those grinds, look at that finishing. D2 blade steel, which for a knife like this, I don't think is a bad choice. Kind of a harpoon tanto with a fuller, number 66 in the year 2021, it says. Oh yeah, I got a Punisher skull. It's the RECCE 1 by Andre. The handle, we got stainless steel bolsters, black G10 milled scales, full tank construction with an impact device and a lanyard slot. I got 7.5 inches of blade, 5 3/4 inches of handle. Pretty doggone nice in the hand, a little jimping down the spine. Condition, very near mint, no box. Discontinued, not a stock when they were available. They were $380 web retail. We're selling this one, no box, but has the factory sheath. $250 like it is, $290. I sharpen everything. The ADV Recce 1 fixed blade. Next up, got one from NCC Knives. NCC Knives, and this is their Micro Kiridashi. Comes in a little Kydex sheath that looks very suitable for neck carry. Yeah, or just throw it all in the pocket. I would probably neck it because there's not really a break of any kind. Or is there? Yeah. And here's the little devil, made from 01 tool steel. Now I measured the blade length like this at 15/16 of an inch, and it looks chisel ground with a little cleanup pass on the back, kind of a black wash finish. Nice little maker's mark in the back side. Then you got a custom lanyard with a cool little bead that you can fiddle with till your heart's desire is satisfied. Condition on this will be, I don't know, like new, no box. They're out of stock right now. They were $70 when they were available. Let's do on this one $50, all in, shipped, priority mail. $70. I put my edge on it. That is the Micro Kiridashi from NCC Knives. Next up, got one from Doyle Knives. Pretty cool little knife. I can't read that printing. What does it say? Something leather. So that would be the maker's mark of his sheath supplier. And it's a clip sheath, which is pretty cool. That'd be for a right-hand front pocket as I'm looking at it. Nicely welted, nicely finished, riveted corners, well-made sheath. I got mess all over my table. Look at this, guys. Yeah, that's S35VN. I do not know what Mr. Doyle does to them to achieve this finish, but it's cool. I like it, and I don't like patina. And so you got 2 13/16 of little stubby clip point S35. Looks like might be 5/32 stock. Nice grinds. And the handle is 3 5/16 inches with OD green linen micarta, blue liners, and blue sleeves for the assembly screws, which appear to be an antiqued copper with an orange peel finish on the heads. Isn't that cool? Oh, blue and black liners, I guess. Very nice in the hand. And look at the maker's edge on this knife. I'm not even going to give you a sharpen price. That thing is super, super sharp. So we'll call it near mint to like new, no box. They're not currently in stock. Doyle does not have any of the Land Pirate, which is this model, in stock. One recently sold on Arizona Custom Knives for $425. We're going to do this one $300. No need to sharpen. That is the Doyle Land Pirate fixed blade. Next up, a fixed blade from who? How about ZT? No box with this one. You do get, as old Bob from Knivestown used to say, a ballistic nylon sheath. Got some cordage in the form of a lanyard, I guess. You can unwrap that and do all kinds of stuff with it. I got a snap, I got a plastic liner, and I got a knife. Good looking fixed blade. Gorgeous DLC or PVD coating on a blade of Venatus 4 Extra. How about that for a blade steel, huh? 4 13/16 inch blade, 5-inch handle, full tang design, black G10 scales. Really, really, really nice in the hand. The jimping is perfect. That looks like 5/32 stock. Got the exposed end of the full tang with a lanyard hole. Condition on this will be near mint, no box. They are discontinued and out of stock. Sold listings on eBay between 110 and 210. This one, a super nice example. I believe the edge is a virgin. Feels like it. Let's do 140 like it is. 170 with an ApostleP edge. It's the ZT-0180. Next up, a pretty cool knife from Ontario, and I don't think they're going to build any more of these boys. It's a fixed blade, and it's not a K-bar. Pretty cool. The sheath, I would say, is basic, although it is Moly compatible, and nice looking Moly. Software, I guess you'd say. Ontario TAC 1 USA. So we have an American-made Ontario knife. Ain't gonna happen anymore, I don't think. It might. And it's a beautiful fixed blade. Gotta do a little blade wipe here. So there is your OKC USA, the more current branding on the offside. It is a drop point that kind of emulates a trailing point because of that gorgeous, graceful swedge. So this is the TAC Mod limited edition, number 150 of 500. I love how the flats are Blanchard ground, and then the bevels are a beautiful satin. We got 4 3/4 inches of 154 cm, just beautifully ground, guys. Scales of black linen micarta, removable stainless steel screws, beautiful. Man, is that good in the hand. You can come up here on it. Yep. Really, really nicely made. Near mint, no box. Discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, the web retail was $266. Kind of a statement knife, I think, from Ontario. We're going to do this one for $150 like it is, $175 with my edge. It's the Ontario TAC Mod limited edition. Let's see if I can get it back in his sheath here without causing too much trouble. See if the snaps work okay. Yeah, nice package. Next up, we've got one from Bark River. There you go. There you go. It's a Bravo 1 and 3V with green canvas micarta. This is going to come in the full coverage pancake sheath that will be for vertical carry only. Definitely protects the entire knife. And the knife is here. Let me wipe her a little bit. I'm probably going to have to pause and clean all the little bits off my background. But here you go, Bravo 1. You guys all know the dimensions. 4 1/4 inch blade, 4 13/16 handle. Convex saber grind. This has a ramp with some jimping. Blade steel CPM 3V. This is matte finish OD green canvas. No liners. It's basic. It's a worker. We do have a custom paracord lanyard with a brass bead. Super slight patina, if you can even call it that. Edge, no wear. Let's see, this would have been about $190 web retail when it sold new. You can't buy one. They're out of stock. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It was $270 web new. The last run in this configuration. This one you can have for $175 like it is. $200 with an ApostleP edge. And be careful when you send me and I'll take it because we got lots of these Bravos tonight. This one says Bravo 1 3V OD canvas micarta. Okay. $175 like it is, $200 with my edge. Put you back in your sheath. On to the next one. Another one from Bark River, and it is another Bravo 1. This is black canvas micarta. And this one comes in the Skin Bender Leatherworks designed sheath, which is going to need a stretch, as they all do. But it's a cool sheath because you've got vertical belt loop splitting carry, you've got horizontal carry, and you have this snap system, the flap system that protects the blade from the snaps. Pretty cool. Here is the Bravo 1 in A2 and black canvas. Again, I need to wipe. So, A2 steel, 4 1/4 inch blade, 4 13/16 handle. Polished black canvas. There might be a little sheath patina working. Excellent in hand. We'll say near matte in box. This would have been this would have been $190 web retail back when they made A2 Bravos. We're going to do this one at $165, like it is $190 with my edge. That's in your inventory as Bark River Bravo 1 A2 black canvas micarta. Next up, the Bark River party rolls on. We get a longer box because we have a longer knife. This houses a Bravo 1.5 in 3V. This also comes with a Skin Bender Leatherworks design sheath, sort of. It does not have the split belt loop or horizontal option on this one, but it does have the protecto flap. And here's the knife. Oh. 3V blade. 5 7/8 inches in length. Same handle dimensions, right? 4 13/16. This is wearing layered OD green and black G10. And man, does that polish up beautifully. This does have the ramp. And no liners again. Again, very slight storage patina starting to form, very slight. These are out of stock. When they were available, this would have been $330 web retail. Your price on this one is going to be $230 like it is, $270 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Bravo 1.5 3V Black OD G10. Next up, oh, and it's our final. No, it isn't. Not our final. Second from final Bark River tonight. There you go. This is the same model as the first Bark River I ever bought, and I still own. It's a Gunny Hunter in 3V. Comes in the old reliable Gunny sheath, which I love. Kind of a low rider. Reinforced top, nicely tooled, beautifully stitched, fits great. Here's the knife, Gunny Hunter, no ramp, 3V, 3 13/16 blade, 4.5 inch handle, kind of a PJ, a Mike Stewart edition, right? Black micarta, no liners. And again, very slight storage patina starting to form on the 3V. And oh, the feel in the hand. It's like I love this handle or something. So this would have been $240 web retail. They're out of stock. How about we do $150 on this one? Oh, did I lie to you? That is not canvas. That is linen micarta. Linen. In fact, my description says Bark River Gunny Hunter 3V black linen. So anyway, it would have been $240 when it was around new. Let's do $150 on this one. $175 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. What a great all-purpose knife that is for $150. All right, now we're at the last Bark River of tonight's sale. I don't know how I got this out of sequence from the other Bravos, but this is a Bravo 1. Black canvas micarta, rampless, and hollow pins. This will be in the old Force Recon Bravo sheath with fire steel loop, multi-attachment system that operators know how to use. Good snap, good retention in the belt. Not okay, let's say okay retention in the open position. So a rampless Bravo 1 in A2, 4 1/4 blade, 4 13/16 handle, matte finished black canvas with hollow pins. This would have been $195 web new. We'll call this one near mint in box. Let's do $160 like it is. $185 with an ApostleP edge. Bark River Bravo 1 and A2 black canvas hollow pins. Next up, got a very cool knife. This is funny too. I didn't have it in my count from the seller. The seller didn't know he sent it because it came in the external sheath pocket of the ZT 180. I thought, oh, is that a stone? No, it's not. It's an Emerson. Whoops, fail. This is a Mini Commander. Yeah. And it's like pristine. Look at that. So a combo edge chisel ground Mini Commander in 154 cm. The black G10 still has the new Emerson shimmer. The clip is unmarked. Titanium liner lock locks up early and super solid. Little Emerson stick. Nice Nylotron washer action. Perfect blade centering. Thumb disc or wave to open. Come on, Rob, you're not right-handed. There. It's silky smooth and beautiful. So, Mini Commander, 154 cm blade, 3 5/16 inches in length, 4 5/8 handle. It is absolutely near mint. I don't know that I could find anything wrong. Near mint to like new. No box. So this model is currently out of stock at every web retailer I found. When they're available, they're $190 web retail. That'll probably go up next time they make them. This one can be yours $155 like it is, $180 with my edge. The Mini Commander from Emerson. Next up. So you guys, over the last few weeks, know I've run a bunch of old generation Hinderers. They've all been from one consignor, all those knives with the Teflon washers and no tri-way. And they've been kind of tough to get rid of. He sends me another Hinderer, and I'm like, oh no, not another one. But yeah, here we go. Guess what? Tri-way. Thank you. So guys, S45 XM18 3.5 inch Spanto tri-way with orange G10. Look at that. And you know how orange likes to get dirty? I see no dirty. This is a super fresh knife. Sort of basic Hinderer finishing, stonewash everywhere. Oh, that felt great. That was like R.J. Martin. Listen. Hear the double click? Oh, perfect detent. 3.5 inch Spanto blade, S45. 4 3/4 handle. There's your lock engagement on the steel inserted frame lock. It's rock solid. It's a droppy shutty. It centers up. It is near mint to like new in box. They're out of stock, of course. If you could buy a new one brand new, it'd be $425. Guess what? You can. $425 is the price of this knife. $455 with my edge on it. Hinderer XM18 3.5 Spanto. There you go, boys. Next up, I think I mentioned in my teaser video yesterday, I had a low-dollar Balisong from a company I didn't know made them. This is from Maxace. Box is a little beat up. Oh, but this is their DMG-M343A Balisong. And it's a pretty nice unit. It feels like steel for liners. You got some, I don't know, I'm going to call those like desert tan G10 scales. Milled out in the middle. I see a clip recess. Is there a clip? There is a clip in this baggie and a trainer blade. How about that? So let's see. How's the latch? Beautiful. Stays out of the way. Pivots are ball bearing pivots. And look at this, guys. What you're seeing is just flex. There's not a hint of play in those ball bearing pivots. Cool blade. 440C. Kind of a low saber grind with a swedge. Blade length is 4 5/16. The handle's 5 1/4. I am not a Balisong flipper, so I can't tell you the finer points of how it feels, but man, it's well made. And let's see, how centered is it? You can't really see. Or can you? I don't know. Great looking knife. Anywho, I found none of these in stock. I found one that sold recently on Reddit for $117, and I don't know that it had the full kit. But we're going to do $100 on this one. $125 with an ApostleP edge. So if you wanted to dip your toe in Balisong flipping and not spend $400 or $500, here you go. The DMG M343A Balisong from Maxace. Next up, we have a watch from Seiko. We put their tag on upside down. From the Prospect series, we have an SRPE07, colloquially known as the Seiko King Turtle Save the Oceans Edition. So here's what we got. An upgrade to the old turtle, because we now have the 4R36 automatic movement. It hacks, it hand winds. We have a ceramic bezel insert in blue. We got sapphire glass with a candy bar magnifier over the day date function. And then we've got that gorgeous dial. Sunray with ocean waves. And right here by the 8 o'clock, we got a little shark fin. And if you look at the counterweight on the seconds hand, it is a shark's tail. Brushed top, polished everywhere else. Comes on the Seiko factory rubber, which is very long with finely spaced holes. And accordion expansion. Got the signed keeper, signed buckle, wave case back, 200 meters of water resistance, 44.5, I'll call the case diameter, with 47 lug to lug, 12.5 thick, 22 is your lug width. And it comes with a seatbelt fabric, NATO. I'm not sure that color works, but it might. Condition is near mint in box. Web prices for these brand new at all the popular discount sites run between $370 and $450. We're going to do this near mint example with the extra strap at $295. Guys, save me from myself. I'm not a huge cushion case fan, but this thing catches your eye every time you see it on your arm. Beautiful. Next up, I definitely teased you about this one yesterday. It's a G-Shock. The box is beat up. The tin and the paperwork all inside. And this is the GSG-100 1A3DR MudMaster. You guys know how iconic these are. So let's see what we got here. I think this is a non-multi-band 6 watch, but it is tough solar, of course. 200 meters of water resist. The module is 5562, in case you're wondering. 49 millimeter diameter plus the bump outs. 62 lug to lug, which is so hard to measure, but I'm measuring that like down here at the last hard part. 16 thick, and the widest point of the strap is 27 millimeters. Let's see. There is a chip in this crystal, and it's right over the pinion. See it? But other than that, it's not in bad shape for a MudMaster. So let's do this. Let's do 150 bucks on this thing. 150. And these have sold listings on eBay for used watches between $233 and $300. 150 bucks on the MudMaster. Next up, we got one from We Knife. The model inside is the Mini Buster model 2003A. Here's the knife. And just because I'm looking at it, the only thing keeping this from being like new is that rub across the clip. Here's what we got. Titanium frame lock with steel insert ball bearing flipper. Sheep's foot blade. 20 CV, 3.5 inches long. 4 9/16 handle. Very discreet how they got that steel lock face insert installed. Milled titanium right hand tip up pocket clip. Cool backspacer. Lockup is rock solid. Yeah, action's beautiful. Centering dead. So we'll say near my inbox. Clip scuff noted. These are available online at your favorite knife website that carries We for 289 bucks. This one can be yours, 220. Like it is, 250 with an Apostle P edge, the Mini Buster from We. Next up, more We. This is kind of a fancy one. It comes in the new style box. It says it is a model 22024A-1. It is the Ziphius. And I guess it's kind of a limited edition because you get this card saying it's number 5 out of 305. Yeah. Good looking knife, huh? Ooh. So, titanium scales. Right hand tip up milled titanium pocket clip. And it has a carbon fiber, I'm going to call it a back strap, because I believe that's one piece of carbon fiber that goes around and wraps the whole spine. Gorgeous little milled recess with a blue ano. Beautiful finish on the titanium. This is a button lock ball bearing flipper with a really nice detent. Two-tone blade in 20 CV. The blade 3 11/16 inches in length. Gorgeous worn cliff. Forward finger choil. Great jimping. Lockup is rock solid on the button lock. I know you were already expecting that, right? Centering is perfect. Condition, we will say near mint in box. These are currently available. I found them. I can't remember which website, but they're $344 web or retail. Let's do this one at $275 all in, shipped priority mail, $305 with my edge. The Ziphius from We. Next up, we have a We pouch, not a We. Not a We. It is the ZT Double Knot 55, designed by Gus Cicchini, GTC Knives. It's very Gus, wouldn't you say? But inside all that beautiful milling and that futuristic shape, we got pretty standard ZT stuff, save one thing. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. The clip, I think, is, yeah, look at that. Ambidextrous, tip up. And it's a ball bearing flipper, but where's the flipper? There it is. It's got that GTC hidden flipper thing going on, which it works so well. You get lots of leverage, strong detent, and it disappears when the knife is open. Anywho, S35 VN blade, 3 11/16 inches of nightmare grind, 5 inches of handle. There are a couple little flea bites on this knife. Let's see if I can find them. Maybe a little on the end of the clip. Maybe a little mark right there. But other than that, pretty doggone nice. No box. They are discontinued, not a stock. Sold listings on eBay running between $180 and $320. And they didn't used to bring that much money. The value's going up now that they're gone. But let's do $175 on this one. Shipped priority mail, $205 with my edge. That's the ZT 0055. Next up, I told you I had a pretty special ProTech yesterday. And I do. So this is interesting though. It is a ProTech and it is a Blade HQ exclusive. However, it is not a Malibu. Not at all. What it is this. It's a ProTech Strider PR4, aka automatic SNG. And I think this was a very early version of this knife. The burgundy micarta and the DLC blade was a Blade HQ exclusive. Black hard anodized aluminum on this side, burgundy canvas on this side, sort of to keep the SNG vibe alive with the metallic on the right side. And the rest button lock auto from ProTech, so it snaps like crazy. The blade is 154 cm. Let's see, 3.5 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Is it any good in the hand? Well, it's a Strider handle. You tell me. Lockup is dead rock solid. Centering is right down the middle. Condition, near mint to like new, wrong box. Discontinued and out of stock in this configuration. They were $250 at Blade HQ when they were available. Let's do on this one $210 like it is, $235 with my edge, the ProTech Strider PR4 Auto SNG. Next up, how about this? HK Lives, now made by Hogue. They went the way of Doug Ritter, didn't they? Very interesting. The knife inside is the 54092 Incursion. Comes in a nylon belt pouch, appears to be Mali compatible. Velcro closure. And here we go. This is an out the front automatic from HK by Hogue. Gray hard anodized aircraft aluminum handle. Ambidextrous pocket clip. Carbide glass breaker. Spine mounted button for the double action OTF. And frankly guys, that sounds more Benchmade-y than it does Microtech-y. So a little slower deployment than a Microtech, but firm and reliable. The button effort firm on this one. Not quite Truodon firm, but firm. DLC blade, and we're getting a little wear from the handle. 154 cm is your blade steel. 3 13/16 blade, 5 5/8 handle. We'll call it near mint in box, operation where noted. Price of these online, brand new, and they are currently available for $279. Let's do $210 on this one. No need to sharpen, because it's got a pretty nice polished edge on it. I got a little bit of goop on the coating that didn't readily wipe off, just so you know. Yeah. Let's put you back in your little home. Next up, we have the Rob's Pick for tonight's sale. I definitely teased you about this one yesterday. When you see that, you know it's special. The sticker is actually on the back instead of a hang tag, but it's going to say C155 TIP Centafonte Plane. This is the Centafonte Memory by Spyderco. So we know Frank was one of the most beloved sort of contract designers for Spyderco. We all know and love the Centafonte 3, not so much the Centafonte 4, but Frank passed away and Spyderco released this beauty. So it is in blue anodized, beautifully satin finished titanium, not a frame lock though, a matching blue titanium liner locking leaf, right hand tip down clip, kind of going old school for Frank, VG10 blade, gorgeous spear point, 3 1/16 inches of blade, 4 inches of handle, gorgeous silver twill carbon fiber on the show side. There's your engagement on the titanium locking leaf. No stick. Beautiful action. Centering is very close to perfect. Washers are, I can't see them. I think they might be Teflon. They might be phosphor bronze. So nice. We're going to say near mint to like new in pouch. I can't really tell if this has been touched up or not. I think it has. Anywho, discontinued, out of stock. I found one sold listing on eBay for this model and it was $290. This one can be yours, $195 like it is, $220 with my edge. The Spyderco Centafonte Memory is the Rob's Pick tonight. Next up, from Benchmade, it is a 570-1 Presidio 2. The -1 means CF Elite scales. In its original form, nobody liked the aluminum Presidio because the milled texture ripped your pants to shreds. Then came the Presidio 2 with non-pant ripping aluminum scales. Still a very heavy knife. Now we have the CF Elite handle material. It's super light. Even though we have still thick, blackened stainless steel liners. We got a Speary Point S30V blade that is 3 11/16 inches, 5 inches of handle, Parkerized, deep carry, tip up, ambidextrous pocket clip, axis lock. Let's see, nice action, rock solid lockup. Oh man, if it ain't perfect, it's awful doggone close. So let's see. This has been sharpened, but I could do better. I'm not saying it's dull, it's just not my edge. So I will give you a sharpened price. These are discontinued, not of stock. When they were last available, they had Benchmade web map pricing at $180. We're going to do $135 on this one. $160 with an ApostleP edge. Benchmade 570-1 Presidio 2 CF Elite. Next up, another Benchmade a 273 FE-2 Mini Adamas, if you guys know that model number, because it's a Mini Adamas in OD Green G10 and the flat dark earth Cerakote blade. Parkerized deep carry ambidextrous clip. Heavy axis lock. Crew wear blade. Just a gorgeous Shane Sibbert design. Solid lockup. I might tighten that pivot just a little. Centering, dead. This one has been used and sharpened. Better than a factory edge, but not my edge is how I would describe that. Let's say, we'll call it near mint in box. Out of stock currently. When they were last available, Benchmade's map pricing was $261 web retail. Let's do $170 on this one and $195 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Mini Adamas from Benchmade. That, my friends, brings us to the last knife in tonight's sale, and it's just a knife that makes me smile. Remington UMC R7352. Yep. Does that look like a Great Eastern Cutlery 73 Trapper? Well, it ought to, because GEC made these. The Prospector, or the Baby Bullet as it's called, because of the Remington Bullet Shield. Looks like GEC's Autumn Gold jig bone to me. Closed end design, keeping debris from getting in your pivots. 3 13/16 inches of closed length. Main blade, a drop point with the Remington trademark etch. I'm going to call it an 8-pull with great snap. Secondary blade is a spay. Yep. Both blades beautifully centered. These were made in 2021, I believe, by GEC for Remington. We'll call this one definitely near mint in box. They are out of stock everywhere. Sold listings on eBay range between $180 and $206. For this one, all in, shipped priority mail, $170 like it is, $200 with my edge. That's the Remington UMC R7352 Prospector or Baby Bullet. That's all for this one, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Merry Christmas. Now go buy yourself a Christmas present.